There it is. Lots of bananas in chat. The Puka in chat says yay! Dude, thank you for this. One thing I thought was weird is like, doing this doesn't feel right anymore because there's now that on the screen, but we got some good response from it yesterday. People like it. It's terrific, so thank you for all the work you put into it, of course. We got noises in the ear already. Zack Attack 2097 here for 8 months. Ara Pharaoh 8 here for 7. Breezy B here with a Prime. Maurice here for 9 months. And Jan 14 here for 9 as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Lots of messages enjoying it in chat. That's sweet. Let's go. Where are we gonna? What are we gonna do? I've come here with no plan. I've been very busy all day with other stuff, and I've come here with no plan. So there's a whole bunch of things we've got to do, like build a landing bay here, which is going to be kind of similar to our other ones. Then we need to create a way down below. We need to start setting up lots of composters. I mean, it's just like an endless job, and I don't know where to start. But I think what we'll do is, just thinking back over some thoughts I had about this, we're going to go get some blackstone. I think we're going to use blackstone as my building block of choice. And we'll go from there. Anyway, pre-stream music today was Dysmorphic, and I'm going to plug my music blog. I wrote about the 2 records that artist made. Been wanting to do that for a long time. Took a lot of time over the last couple of weeks listening to those records again. And I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to put their music online, considering that they put it out there for free to begin with. And now that they're lost to, you know, the perils of the internet, you know, from an age where everything you uploaded wasn't permanent, I'm going to put their music online. I'm going to make it easy for them to contact me if ever they want to take it down. I'm not trying to make money off of it. I want to put it out there to share this fabulous music that you know, I grew up listening to, and share it with all of y'all, you know. So Twitter's probably the place to follow me if you want to hear about what's happening with that. But yeah, that was I think that's my, like, out of every single song, that's either my favorite or like one of my top 3. It's a very good song. Look at this, I'm just filling up all the space with stuff. Oh, do you know what, I'll do this another time. I thought I'll go grab, you know, empty a couple of shulker boxes. No, let's just get ones that are already emptied, right? And grab some materials for this. One thing that's a bit of a shame with the animation in the corner is that the mouse doesn't really move until I open a container or, you know, hit a pause menu. Kind of a shame, but, you know, it's not a big deal. Ah. Well, we need to go to the Nether if we're going to get more than this. Also, while I'm here, I need to make some composters, right? I think they're made with slabs. And 7 in total. So that'll make 4 stacks of composters, I believe. Or maybe like 8 stacks. Jeez, this might make like a heck of a lot. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. That'll make... Oh, jeez. Oh, my inventory's full. Okay, and then make some more. And then make some more again. And then make some more again. It's going to make a lot, basically. Let's see if my calculation's right. What did I say? 8? I think I said 8. Probably going to be wrong. Okay, 2 more rounds. Clickety click click. Lots of clicking to do. Lots of clicking to do. Didn't I put like 7 stacks in there? If it uses 7, I thought I would have divided up evenly. But I guess it doesn't. Look, that's like half of that is the 1 more. No, or 2. You put in 3, you get 6. So 1 is 2, 7. Yeah, no, so I calculated right, but it leaves you with that left over. Anyway, that's more than enough. It's a lot of composters, says Jade. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I think I'm going to need most of them, though, so it'll do. I'm behind on the noises in the air. Let's check it out. We got We got El Patu Polari here for 14 months. Thank you so much. Seb Eats Weed is here gifting the subs to NX Support, Sean TW, Various Nasher, Lunacat, and Schluggin. Thank you for supporting our community with those gifted subs. It is appreciated, dude. We got Mel Metal here, subscribing. Iron Juice here for 10 months. And Jormangadar is here with the cheers and bits. Dude, I saw your name written somewhere in reference to, like, Viking mythology. I swear. I think I was looking up the show Vikings, which ended recently. And then I came across that name and I was like, I know that name from somewhere. Yes, I do. Thanks so much for the cheers and bits. Liger Gaming is here for 7 months. 8 months in total. Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for all you do on the music channel, of course. Keeping it running over there. We got Spriggin the Dryad here for 7 months. Officially my favourite VTuber. There you go. I'm a VTuber now, apparently. Yeah, I've been looking at like some tech where it tracks your hand motions and stuff like that. And I don't know if I want to take it in that direction or not, but like, you know, it's a wait and see. We'll see what people think of it, see if it's worth doing. Nekune Dragon is here saying, I'm making a trading hall today. Awesome, good luck with it. I decided not to make one for myself. Yeah. Okay, it got me up here. It got me, no wait, it didn't. Yes, this season I wanted to do the villagers, and then everyone else did right as I kind of fumbled at the beginning. Huh, looks like I missed a couple of blocks there. And I don't... Do I have a supply... Do you know what? I'll have something in the ender chest. How did I miss that? I spent ages going back and forth over like every little detail over here. I feel like something's going to spawn on top of this, so I'm going to go there. And I don't think I did that on the other side. Are we being raided? Some people are saying raid in chat. We'll see what happens. Ah! Wrong block. There we go. That'll stop anything from spawning on it as well. Dang, I was gonna go off on a waffle for a second there, but we've got more noises. Colrest 1248. Causey with the Prime. Songbird T for 37 months. Goodness me. Thank you so much for the tremendous support. Official Jaden is back here for the nation saying, hello sir. Long time since I caught your stream. Been hectic over here in New Zealand with fam issues and IRL mental health stuff. Glad to catch you live once again. Chuffed to bits. You're still heckin' awesome. Also 9 months resub. Woo, I'm a baby. Thank you so much for the continued support, dude. I appreciate it. Welcome back. It's been business as usual for a while over here. That's all I can say. However, we're now in the 2021 stint of Hermitcraft. Things are going to be different, kind of, but sort of the same. You know, stuff's going to be happening. So what I need to do is build up a several layer system for getting through all of this. The top layer is going to be the easiest. It's going to be a walkway that simply gets me to... well, now I'm down here. Gets me to each of the chests, right? Also, we're going to attach some redstone to those chests. And I need something out of here, which I thought I already had in my inventory as it goes. Here we are. Need that. And I'm thinking we might look at those composters and do those first. So, yeah, we've got to put in a walkway somewhere to get to these. And I think if we put in the composters, then we might have an idea of height. So these have got to go on top of all open hoppers, and we're not going to like do them all in one go. I've been doing it bit by bit so I can think and just see where the build is going. I don't think anything can spawn on this because it's not a flat surface, so don't have to worry about lighting. And if we're going to use slabs, which is kind of what I'm planning on, then I think we're good as well. We've got another noise in here. It's Tree here for the nation saying, nice to see you use the composters. I was the one to tell Psycraft that composters are more lag friendly back in the summer of 2019. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you for your service to the Minecraft community. You know, hoppers around the world causing less lag because they've got composters on top of them. I guess that means I'm doing this as well. Now that is probably a spot where something may be able to spawn. I think I can just put it here. Almost fell off. Should have some lights here. So I mentioned, let's go on a waffle. I mentioned Vikings, the TV show. I probably said about this a little bit already. I really enjoyed that show. I only found out about it because a friend said, hey, we were watching your stream and the music you used from the show we watched were Vikings. And I think I'd seen it before, but I went, Vikings, lame, or whatever, right? The portrayal of, like, Vikings in media, historically speaking, has always been kind of, like, tame and lame. Whereas when you listen to, like, Vikings in metal music, it's always, like, glorious and aggressive and epic. This show kind of captured, like, the epic imagination, that side of Vikings. You know, like, it's easy to watch something like that and think, oh, Vikings are so cool. You would not probably want to be a Viking, you know? You are part of your surroundings. Given what we got in our internet age, you know, and all the luxuries of life, I think being a Viking would be pretty brutal and unpleasant. And also being a victim of a Viking would be pretty brutal and unpleasant. They were savage. Like, real savages. But obviously, you know, they are of a time and an age. I would surely die, says Mikwadesh. Yes. Yes, that's how I feel. Like, it's easy to, like, look at stuff like that and be like, oh yeah, cool. I would be like them, you know. I'd be like a raw Viking. Look at me with my sword. No, I couldn't carry a sword and be a part of a shield wall. I'd run away screaming from a battlefield, I would. I'd go, not for me, not for me. Sorry, doing the off. You know? That's just me being real with you. I'm not a Viking. But I love the show. Love the show. It's great. And it lost its way along the way. It just kind of got to a certain point and it just didn't feel like it had the intrigue. It's when they started introducing more characters and killing some off. And it felt like the original story around Ragnar Lothbrok kind of concluded. And they managed to hold it over a little bit with his son. But then when he introduces his other sons, it just felt like it lost something. And so much of the show just seemed to then spin the same stories of, like, betrayal and lust for power, and it didn't do it in an interesting way, and it was kind of slow, and I lost interest in it. But, you know, I had time on my hands, as I've had done, you know, pandemic and all that. Finished watching it. I gotta say, for an end to a show, it is probably the most uninteresting yet not terrible ending I've ever seen. It just ends, and it leaves you with maybe a couple of questions, but, like, I'm like, well, this is over now, whatever. I don't know. Some of you are probably fans. Maybe some of you loved it. I just felt very lukewarm about the ending. It was not bad. It was not great. It was not conclusive. It was more just like, okay, the show's ending now. Okay, anyway. I never actually picked up... No, I must have done. There you go. I picked up a whole other box. Let's grab some of this blackstone. So I'm thinking we make some walkways with slabs was my idea. Pretty sure I just want something clean and operational, so we'll go with that for the moment. That was predictable. See, you know, I need to maneuver around up there, and we ain't got any proper walkways yet. Or ways to get to the walkways. There's just so much to be done. Whew. Okay. I kind of need to be up there, right? Maybe we could develop this as a platform that we then use to get down to there. That seems like a reasonable idea. Also, we've got to develop some redstone. I'm taking my time today. I'm not worrying about, like, oh, I'm derping around. It's like, derping around's pretty much all I'm going to do. There's just so much, like, thought and decision to be done. So we know the system's going to turn off when we, like, get low, but we kind of want... Ooh, what one are you? You have turned... Hang on. So... We ran out of blaze, and then this is not a good look. Oh, it's the rabbit's foot, so that was never full up. Okay, so we might want to take this redstone signal and shimmy it on around as opposed to make another bit of redstone. Considering all of these have a lot of space, that should be relatively easy. So I think what we can do is actually go grab those blocks, put one there, redstone on, one there, redstone, and then lamp. That's very easy. Okay, so we need another material. And I'm going to go get it now. As I said, this is going to be slow and derpy. And we're going to go back and forth over and over again. It's just the way things work sometimes. We got James Drew, 27 here for 58 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate it. We got the James Aston here with the Prime. We got official Jaden here with a donation. Saying, sad news for you, bud. I got to go to sleep. But I'm here. I'm glad to hear your voice when I read my donations. Let's focus on going through here. But of course, I love contributing to your channel, and I'm catching a stream when I can. Currently 4:17 AM here, but Upside Down World have a great stream. Yeah, pretty much like what, 13 hours difference. Crazy. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. Appreciate it as always, and have a good sleep. Have a good rest. Rest is important. Of course it is. Look at those composters. Too many of them. We got Inig Marum here for 2 months. Thank you ever so much. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the stream. Slow progress is still progress. No worries, X. Take your time. Says Jehustis Disciple. Yeah. I've noticed, like, over the years, you know, when you feel stressed, when you feel irritated, like, whatever the reasons are for feeling that, you have to feel it. So, examining why you feel that way, I think, is important. And I've noticed, like, in live streams, like, I may not show it, but I feel like this unease and frustration of like, oh man, this is so slow, I could be doing this more efficiently. And I think about how that relates to like being productive and doing things IRL. And I just notice how I kind of yearn for it too much. Like I'm always focused on things being kind of quick and efficient, and then being annoyed if they're not, and realizing that I kind of miss out on just being in the moment a bit more, right? So my attitude with streaming now is like, I go into it and it's like, hey, if all I get done is like one little thing, and it's like, wow, that took 2 hours, right? I can still have a good time, and that's what's important. And I try and apply that to other things that I'm doing as well. Like I'm doing a bunch of like maintenance-y stuff around the house at the moment, and it could be super easy to get a bit annoyed with like, oh, this is taking forever and whatnot. Whereas I kind of go into it knowing that's not the point, that's not the purpose. Like, you got the thing to do, but enjoy the process, essentially. Okay, anyway. So that's how I feel about this now, right? You know? Just don't get too obsessed around the time scale and stuff. What I want to do is possibly invert this signal, I've just kind of realised. Because, I guess I can have it like, if the lamp is off, it means I need to attend to it. I just feel like an on lamp is more like, hey, go sort this out. But, you know, it'll probably catch me out. I'll probably mess it up from time to time. Let's make this walkway 3 wide as well. So now I've got space to navigate in both directions. We don't have to worry about lighting because they're slabs. Now we want to bring the lamps over here. Yeah, so if I put a block off to the side and redstone on it, then I have that point into a block, I can put a torch on that block. Maybe there's like another way, maybe using a moving part like a piston. Okay, I'm not a fan of leaving temporary blocks all over the place, but I need something to hop up here. What other component could I use? We've got a noise in the air. It's a donation here from official Jaden saying, digging your virtual avatar. Looks rather snazzy, and GG Puka for creating it. Anyways, nice shwam in chat. I'm out of here. Thank you, my dude. Glad you like the look of it. Peeps really like the look of it. I think we've got to make it more involved in what the stream is about. You know? So, it'll evolve. But thank you for the donation, dude. Appreciate it. Any suggestions in chat? I'm looking in chat right now. Redstone torch on the side of the black next to it. If I put it on the side of the block, then I can't put a block above. That's the problem. But I could easily use a moving part like a piston, but not so favourable. I think I'll just go, keep it simple. That being said, actually, no, it's not. Signal strength is actually an issue here as well, or something to be considered. And I guess that'll just turn out the lamp quicker. Yeah, we'll keep it easy. We're just going to go with the basic thing and not worry too much about what way round the lamp is. It might also be that the redstone... let's try and just get that. Hang on, we need the zoom key here. It's not going to let me. It's not going to let me. Can I get a little bit of action here? Oh, look at that! Okay, okay. Ready? Ready? Oh! Oh, that was magic. Okay, so the other thing is... we could put a torch there and a lamp here, but it'd be level, which would look weird. So it kind of misses out on that. So then I could put a block there, a torch on it, and the lamp in front of that. Which might be what I go with, actually. Let's have a look. Wait, I don't have a torch. Whoa! That just got a lag spike. So that says something to be attended to, right? That won't lock the hopper either. And I believe there'll be no hopper locking of any kind having the blocks adjacent to it, and we can repeat that. Might have to change it a little further down the line. Might have to... Ugh, here we go again. This is why we need all of this stuff sorted, because you try and do something here and you just fall over everything. I guess I'm going to make a lot of use of these today. Yes, Beef's triggered a raid. Right, we've got another noise in the ear. It's Crulian. I'm possibly saying that wrong, but thank you ever so much for the donation. As a fellow music connoisseur, have you listened to the new Gorillaz music, Song Machine? Interested to hear your thoughts? Love your music blog. Cheers from Florida. Thanks so much. I haven't listened to it. Gorillaz are one of those groups that I've never really gotten into or followed along that much. I like some of their songs that I'm aware of. Like Plastic Beach, is it? That era? Kind of know a few songs from, but never got massively into them. They're created by the guy from Blur, I believe. And there's so much music out there. I'm just always picking stuff, and there's this notion of other things I could pick. But yeah, I haven't listened to that yet. Thank you so much for the donation, though. Appreciate it. We've got Toguro Joe here for 27 months, and May2803 here for 4. Appreciate it. Apparently, Minecraft thinks the shopping district is a village. Yeah, well, it's got villages in it, so somewhere it probably treats it like a village. Thought I heard the groaning of a husk for a second then, which would make sense because I'm in a desert. Yeah, I definitely hear the moaning of a husk nearby. A whispery groan. So from here, we can add more chests above. We can potentially fill up blocks and do this and that way. The annoying thing is that I just can't reach that from here. So each time I want to build out the redstone, I've got to take this little... Okay, I can hear it louder now. It's now that I think about it, it's probably just on the roof up there, right? Here we go. I guess I can build it from this side, actually, pretty easy. Then I can hop, do it again. Okay, there we go. We've got a technique. We'll work our way down and get some things in place. And then we can be like, yes, we did that. We did that. Gotta make those noises. Gotta make those jump noises. Dorva Lorama is here for 2 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the stream. You don't even need the workstation, says Suster. Well, I need it to make slabs, don't I? So, there's that. Oh, also, another thought crossed my mind. You know, things can spawn on that, essentially. So, I do actually need this. Which might seem kind of silly. But it's just the way it goes. Then over here, these ones I do want to keep like pretty stocked up all of the time. Maybe we'll just put the lamps here at this level on the front. Oh, and then we've got to put item frames on and stuff as well. It's gonna get real involved over here. So if I were to do that with some comparators, Our current lamps are at that level there, though. Do I want to keep them all level, maybe? And just go off of this bit? Also, it's kind of close, like... let's just... I think it's just going to be what it is. So if I do... here's the thing. Doesn't it power the one next to it? Huh, yeah. So not only is it kind of tight there, I got to do this. And that's just what this place is at this point, you know? And that's just what it is. And then this can come out to here. Not pretty, but I guess it'll have to do. We got Crulian here. With a donation saying my username is pronounced Cerulean. Cerulean. I see it now. I see it. The colour cerulean, a shade of blue. Fun facts all around. Haha. Awesome, dude. Thanks so much for the donation. Cerulean. If we communicate again, I will guarantee you I'll get it wrong. I try, but I fail. That's me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I recognise the music. What game, says Amp Jammer? It's from Infinifactory, which we played again recently. Good fun to play that one again. That'll probably be the last time I pull that one out again, though. Like, the level of difficulty really kind of amps up where I'd stopped playing before, and we didn't get anywhere on a stream with like the last puzzle. I don't want to spend like hours making zero progress, so kind of you know, put that one to rest. But if ever they release like a, you know, more levels pack for, I don't know, average difficulty, let's say, I'd be so down to do that again. It was a lot of fun, that game. See, already it's starting to feel like a proper built-up walkway. That's really good. That's what we want. Ah, now I'm down here. I want to get up there. Is there a way I can hop? Hibbity hibbity hop. There we go. Found my way up. How do I make the MC chat transparent, says Newton? It's just in the options of chat. There we go. We got Cledust Judd here for 4 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Now that is different because it needs to be different, right? How do we get it to... Oh, do you know what? Probably help if I'm up there next. I can't exactly hop around. Well, this one can be the same. See what I mean? All the places that you got to access, they need walkways now. Walkways is what they need. So there we go. Got that there. Got a torch on top of it, and slabbity. Oh, that's not a slabbity jabbity. I middle clicked, but for some reason it went over. Also, don't know what we're doing. Ah, look, see, it's going to get all kind of messed up around here. Right, so this one, I think it probably makes sense to put the torch there. Now, we don't want to lock. I wasn't trying to get down here, I swear. It's just everywhere you jump, there's something to bump your head on, it seems. Hang on, hang on. So that's higher. Okay, so we've got to redesign that. We want them all at the same level, essentially. And then if I put redstone back here, that's all it needs. That's wired up correctly, I believe. You're locking hoppers, says Peasers. Let's look out for that. Because I don't think I have done so far. That one doesn't lock hoppers. Maybe it's just the new one because the alignment changed. So that won't lock hoppers, right? Let's finish placing these. Who chooses stream songs, says Dr. Jer. That would be me. And I have chosen. Here we go. By the way, I got a hot cup of tea here. It was hot. I mean, we'd stream for half an hour. Goodness me. The second hopper down from the top, says Pizzas. Well, it depends on what one of these you're talking about, but I don't see anything wrong so far. I'm pretty sure all of those are good up to here. So this one ain't locked anywhere. That one isn't locked either, if I'm not mistaken. And then we haven't done the next one, so aren't they all good? Pretty sure they're all good. We got Kierkegaard the Philosopher here with a donation saying, "Hey Xisuma, always been a big fan and I hope that you have a nice day. Did you get up to anything fun this week?" Well, thank you ever so much for the donation, appreciate it. I mean, it's lockdown, so nothing other than walking for exercise, and eating and the grind. One thing I have been doing is migrating all of my stuff to a password manager. I've wanted to do that for a long time, and I had a rather bad experience with the first password manager that I tried, and it kind of put me off using them. But I got a recommendation to try a different one, and its integration into Android and other OSs is really terrific, and so far, yeah, I think it's a great bit of software. And should I bring that forward by one? If I did, then the... Actually, no, it's not... I'd have to use a slab if I bring it forward by one. The weird thing is this, I might just rebuild this storage unit. And then the next one as well. Isn't there something in between these? I guess it uses materials already acquired or stored elsewhere. Yeah, we'll rearrange this actually. So I want it to be at least sort of uniform. So we need to go there. Which means I've got to break this. Right, maybe I could rebuild this one so it's just a little closer. Probably not. Actually, yeah, I could swing this all out by one, right? And there's not a lot of stuff stored in it. So let's give it a try. Rebuild some stuff over here. Astro Moon 8463, thank you for your Prime subscription. It's appreciated. Little Dave says, I don't trust password managers. I put my passwords on sticky notes around my monitor. Yeah, okay. Well, that's not a great idea, but it seems more secure. But, you know, putting your passwords next to the computer that uses them is pretty terrible. Like, I've learned a lot about password security, not by what I think is the right thing to do, but by listening to people who are in the field of security. And that's either podcasts or channels like Computer File. Picked up a fair bit of info over the years on it, and one of the big things to realize is that it's not about what you think is safe or what you think is risky or not. It's about what other people are doing, you know, people who are hacking or trying to gain access. And when you understand their behavior, you then understand why you should take certain actions to secure your stuff. So password basics, right? Using things like names. Winnie T Ford says, I think that was sarcasm, X. It might have been sarcasm, but some people will be out there using something insecure, you know? Maybe you written them down in a document or something, and that's very insecure. Just, you know, might as well give a little bit of advice. Someone out there might find it useful, right? Oh, also, geez, now I've got to go over here to get an axe. It's never close enough. You put it down over here, you need it over there. It's always the way with these things in this game. Abyss Hated says, I have all my passwords in a book that is hidden. So if you have your passwords physically stored in the real world, like non-digitally, that's not the worst thing ever. The problem is that if someone targets you specifically, then it's a big problem. When it comes to being targeted, you can be targeted individually, or you can be targeted just by people who are looking for something. They're looking for someone who's got an insecure account. Maybe it's got data, information inside of it which they can leverage to their advantage. Right, that's we've got to think this through a little bit here. Actually, let's use the shulker boxes for a moment. So when you might be targeted individually, that's when something like that becomes really bad, because if someone breaks into your house and finds that, and, you know, break-ins do happen. You don't want to treat it like, well, that won't happen to me. You need to be smart to a reasonable degree about the security of your house and your properties. But if someone breaks in and finds a book full of passwords, hopefully not emails as well, or they steal your computer as well, it's like hitting the jackpot. Now they've got the two things together, and they're gonna take over your accounts, etc., etc. So, online attacks, how are they going to get their hands on a book, a physical IRL thing? But then getting targeted personally, then it's, all of that's just given away in one go, really. I've been kicking around the idea of a hardware key for 2FA, says Pudgy Hound. I'd recommend the Yubby key. I've got a Yubby key. When it comes to two-step authentication, it's just worth enabling it, whatever it is you can do. If that's a text to your phone, if it's an authentication app on your phone or something external. But you've got to think about the application and why you're doing it. Like, if you put it like a Yubby key attached to something that you use on the go, it's going to be really inconvenient because you need to be at a computer. And also, don't leave your Yubby key next to your computer. Another thing is, again, if you get robbed and they pick up a Yubby key in a computer, it doesn't take long to realise one's for the other, right? So it adds a layer of security. It's not the only security, but you want to think about how you use it. So I haven't put it on my password manager yet because I'm not sure if it requires the Yubby key on other devices. Like, if my Android then starts saying, oh, go press your Yubby key on the computer, I might be out and about. So I haven't programmed that one in yet, but you got options. We're still figuring out how to configure everything. One of the cool things about the one I'm using, though, is that it's a family-oriented one, so I'm going to be able to share Wi-Fi passwords and Netflix passwords with everyone else, which is really cool. Do you know what? I reckon that Mushroom Tower's been loaded a fair bit recently, and I haven't exactly gone and checked on it for more mushrooms. Right, so this next one needs a lamp to be at a particular point. I've put all the things in here, which isn't actually the worst thing ever. Okay, that lamp needs to be there. Now, if we want to reconfigure this, we're pretty much going to swing it around. So hoppers will be on the other side now. Also, what material is it? Oh, goodness. Oh, the sugar. Miss Sugar everywhere. Here we go. Did I pick it up? Did it go inside of here somehow? I didn't see. Okay, so we'll swing these around. I can't say I'm a fan of this animated figure thing. I hope it's not a permanent addition, says Ultimate123. Well, haven't seen many voices not liking it. I can understand if it just it's fun at first and then it's just kind of there. I want to figure out a way to make it more interesting and integrate it. Like, maybe it'll be a jump cut screen or something that we can use at certain times. It's all a bit of an experiment. Like, I might use it on the Xisuma Says channel, etc. See, some people love it and some people don't. So now that I've said that, quite a few people are speaking up saying they love it and a few people are speaking up saying they don't. I'll probably do some polling on Twitter or, think about ways to use it. But we used it on a chess stream. We used it on today's stream. Might not use it on the next one, but you know. Oh, it's an Enderman. I'll experiment with it essentially, and we'll figure out the correct way to use it together, I think. It does show what keys you press or not. Yeah, it does. And I think that'll look even better if we have it on a controller. If I ever play some games that are oriented around a controller, that'd be pretty cool. Kind of missed that though, like Tony Hawk's was the last game I played with a controller. Dang, I loved that game. Replaying that so much. Replaying that was so much fun. There you go, I made a sentence out of it. So here, if the redstone goes... Let's do an experiment. If the redstone goes here... I can't remember if that will lock it or not. The answer is it does. That locks it, unfortunately. So let's say we go down to this level. Handy zoom key. See, I want to do this compact. You can always just, you know, quite easily sling it around into the empty space. I think that's what we're going to do here. I always want to look for that compact way of doing things, though, but sometimes the option just isn't really there. I think the way to go here is probably like a so. Have a torch there. That doesn't interact with anything. And we're going to make this into a wall, so I don't need to worry about it being over by one block. That's not really an issue. Okay, back to the platform. Whoopsie. I did an oopsie. Got any rockets on me? I don't even have rockets or ender pearls. Oh no! How do I get back up? Oh, what a fool. Ugh. Thank goodness for jumping. I find it really distracting. I don't really understand why it'd be applicable for games like Minecraft where there's very minimal key usage. Yeah, fair points, fair points. You know, it's just something we're going to work on. Originally I pictured using it for Xisuma Says channel, right? Like I could just talk at the camera, but I felt I had a bit of a shift about talking about stuff. Just, oh wait, did I never do that bit? I never did this bit, peeps. Jeez. Jeez Louise. So, yeah, you know, it's just a cool bit of technology, and we'll figure out where and when to use it, that's for sure. It might be that I just have a splash screen for on a talk for a moment and say a bunch of stuff, right? If I put a slab there, that'll do the trick, won't it? Which I could actually probably use elsewhere as well. Let's get a couple of those. So that won't lock the hopper, if I remember correctly. Yeah, not locked. Not locked at all. Okay. Right. One at a time and very slowly getting them all done. We need torches. So that one there needs rearranging. Can I use a slab here at all? Probably not. No, I think that one's going to stay how it is. Hi, back again. This is maybe a Xisuma Says video if you made some music over time. If someone used your music for background music, would you sue him or her for copyright? It says RBE Gaming. No, I wouldn't, but, you know, it's like, okay, so it's like the Mumbo situation that some of you are aware of. He gets permission from an artist to use their music. They haven't got permission to use it from someone else. That is why my music is released in the grey area of don't use it, but enjoy it, basically. And my next project, although most of it will be totally legitimately licensed, there are some grey area bits in it again that I won't be bothered to clear, and that most likely you're able to use on the grounds of what's it called? Fair use, essentially. I don't want to say too much. Basically, there's samples in it of people talking. to sort of complement the music. But oh, that's kind of the end of the platform right there. This is the last one. Now, aren't all of these like evenly spaced as well? And now my brain's like, evenly spaced the next one. Put it over here. But no, we'll just leave that imaginary gap. So it needs to be there. And didn't we do this already? I think I haven't rebuilt this, have I? That's why there's still sugar lying around. Jeez, I didn't finish the job. We've got to do the same thing over there, but I've got to finish the job, of course. Yeah, so there's like a grey area with my music because it's not properly licensed. So if you use it, look, I ain't gonna sue you for using my music. In fact, if anything, I like people to use it, but don't. That's not me endorsing you using it. I'm saying don't use it because it exists in a grey area. And that is just the way it is. That's the way the legal system works, right? Rebecca says, new X music. Kind of, yeah. I mean, I've been working on it for like months, but slowly. And I could have done quite a bit of work on it this month, but I haven't because I've got my new speakers and I kind of don't want to do anything else until I get them set up. And it's taken a while for the carpet to get here, so it's just like everything's been delayed, but I've been doing other things. But yeah, once I get back into the rhythm of doing it, I don't think I'm going to preview it or tease it or anything like that until it's like ready for release. I don't want it to become a part of like a thing that I've got to get done. I just want to do it when I enjoy it. I've experienced trying to turn something into like a success or a goal, like not being the way to go about doing stuff sometimes. And I guess that mindset was born out of being successful here, you know. It just kind of made me feel like, oh, I need to make things successful, do I? Okay, we've got a sort of strangely similar situation again, where how did we came out by the extra? I think we're just gonna have to come out the extra one again. So we want the torch there. And we just got to poke the redstone into it, so that means we'll have to come from down here and around. Oh, that might be bad, that turning off. I don't think it is. I don't think it activates. It turns things off. And I'm pretty sure that brewer ain't running, so that should have been okay. Yeah, and then that's the end of it. So now we just got to shimmy all of this around. Oh, golden carrots! Jeez. I got shulker boxes of this stuff lying around. Well, I guess I need to use the shulker boxes again to put everything away again. We will need the hoppers and the chests. There's also like more down here. Strange noises. I thought they were actually, yeah, there's tons more down here. Not only are there these, there are those. Somewhere over there, there is some more. Let's go find them. I love that we can use a rocket. Just want to get to the other side, use a rocket. It's that big. Here they are. I think these are golden carrots as well. And that gives us 5 shulker boxes back to put potions in. So they're all going to get stocked up, basically. Things might be able to spawn in there. I don't have my... Ugh. Don't have my torches to hand. Oh! Smacking my face on the way through. Should we go sort this out? It sounds like we're needed. Oh, can't see them. Just the bar. Well, let's go investigate at least, you know. It's the least we can do. Ugh! X, have you got a cape? Yes, but my wings are on, right? Hang on. I can't see it! Wait a minute, my map maker cape isn't on. Oh, who knows what's happening with that. Who knows what's happening with that? We got noises in the ear from... Requiten here with the Prime subscription. Thank you ever so much. Mon PJC here for 18 months. Thank you, my dude. We got Cowboy MM gifting a sub to Maria Sun. Thank you for that gifted sub. We have hopefully Cyanide. I'm not hoping it's Cyanide. Jeez, anything but Cyanide. Thank you ever so much for the subscription. Ninja Star Daxano here for 9 months. Marmot95 here for 17 months. Con the Lego here with the Prime. Appreciate all the support, peeps. Thank you as always. Ah! Where's this raid? Where's this infamous raid? Here it is. I saw movement out the corner of my eye. Okay, that's bad. Wells Knight, light up your ceiling. There are the guys. Guess what? I didn't bring my flint and steel with me. Oh, good God! Or a bed. It's all going wrong. Ah! Yar! Yar! Oh, that guy can get wrecked. Oh, there's another one! They're here! As well as the phantoms. Oh, they're definitely here! And there! They're everywhere! Oh! Sun get wrecked. Sun get wrecked. Right. It might be better to just leave that one over there alone for now, because as the levels go through, this will get worse. Wait, where's the ringleader? Wait. Oh, what? It's over there now! Well, this guy... Wait, no, this guy's just an employee. No, wait. It could become an employee if it shoots forever. You know? I feel like it might stay there. Whoa, that's weird. Well, maybe not. 2 remaining. So the ringleader over there and his crony. Kill the crony. Okay, now we need to trap the ringleader in a hole. Where did the ringleader go? Dude, come down here. Wait, this is an axeman. I gotta be careful, like. No, 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 no! Ah! Rockets! Rockets! Oh, jeez! Now you know why I got away from that fella. I don't have like a shovel to dig out some dirt and... Oh, my goodness me. I thought we were invisible. Oh, dang! Relog. I am in no position to pick up those items either. I'll probably be better to pick up some, and if not none. And then when Beef gets here, we can give him back. All right? Oh! Right, we need a trap to lure you into. What if I get you swimming? You gonna come swimming? Right. Now you're sort of pacified by the water. Might be possible to place some blocks around it at this point. Like, if I can get it to come over here. Yo, dude, look at me. Yo, homie, don't check out the squid. Don't be checking out the squid, homie. Oh, just ignoring me. That's just rude. That is just rude. Yeah, that's it. Okay, come murder me. Come murder me. Right, you're not as scary now, are you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want it to come into this space. Yep. A little bit more that. Oh, a little bit that way. A little bit. No, 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 no! Do not lose interest in me. I am right here. Humble little bee, you can give me a slap with your axe. Come on. Come on. Oh, why do I bother? Let's push you in there then. Come on. Come on. Yes. No. Maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, you're underneath the slab. Dude. Oh, stop being a butt. No. This was such a good plan. You disagree? Okay. Well, I'll agree to disagree. Wait, go that way. Jeez. Beef's right. Beef's got some of his stuff back now. This is a big distraction. I'm supposed to be doing other things. Oh, and I think they're probably beefs. And those. Okay, there it is. I can get ready. I don't know what to do with this guy. Maybe Beef can take care of him. Peeps are saying just kill him, but then the next part of the raid starts, and then you get, you know, the what-do-you-call-ems over here, and they start breaking blocks. Not good. Not a good. Oh, we've been raided by Loser Fruit. Thank you so much for the raid. Right as I'm derping around in the water, typical, right? Right as I'm derping, I'm fed up with this fella. Apparently it's 2 raids. Is it 2 raids? That's the only one I got on here at the moment. Also, where did we get with those noises? Doomio Lag, thank you for 44 months of support. What's my opinion on ad blockers? Oh, we'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I got an opinion on those ad blockers. Blocking those ads. What are they doing? Cowboy MM, thank you for gifting the sub to Maddie303. Jish is here for 5 months. The Black Kit Kat is here with the Prime. And Loser Fruit again with the raid. I'm assuming from the Minecraft community. Let me know, peeps, what Loser Fruit was up to. Who they are, what they about. And welcome all the raiders. We're here on the Hermitcraft server, and been a bit of raid in this area, but I've kind of like I've given up. Yeah, I've just had enough of this. Like, all of my tools and everything is back at the brewery, so we're gonna head back to the brewery and continue working on that. And we will fly there. Let's fly there through Corrales' beautiful city, and we need to go to my base and pick up more rockets by the looks of it. Won't the raid expire? Oh, now I know if someone's saying 2 raids because there's a raid in game. Yeah, it might do if you the raid might expire if we keep it kind of like locked up and concealed for a while. What did okay, yeah, no, sorry, Beef. I don't have my tools with me, you know. Don't have my tools with me. Not today. Is anyone going to... Oh, well, there we go. Loser Fruit is an Australian Fortnite streamer. Okay, cool. I don't play Fortnite myself, but a raid is always welcome. Okay. Look at Corrales' beautiful city here. Dang! Maybe boat to trap. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Sometimes you got to think... what is in this game that is of use to me? Okay, we'll take a trip through the Nether once we grab some... Actually, we get our rockets from the Nether portal. Okay, so we want to grab a boat. Maybe more than one. You know, this could all go horribly wrong. And head back there through the Nether. Have I seen Corrales' office? Yes, it's made out of diamond blocks. Okay, pick up the ink sacks. Yo, we're actually running out of ink sacks, and the update broke my farm, so now the sacks just go through the ball. And I forgot to pick up rockets. Yay me. Brilliant. Brain smarts. Check me out. You know? Glad I got you with me, chat. Whew. Any thoughts on Tango's new game? Yeah, I mean, you know, Tango's great at making games. I hope he can make it work. So someone asked about ad blockers. Let's take care of this and then get back to that talking topic, right? Where the fella at? I got the perfect trap. Dang, I mean, behind Gold Rush. Okay, there we go. Oh, 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 oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. In you get. Yes! Okay. No one get in the boat with that guy. And that's it. Just leave it there. Done! Also, it's time for a selfie, right? This is my thumbnail thing, I think. Let's see what Beef does. Come on, Beef, join us. Join us. I think Beef's probably more confused. Oh, he's got it, he's got it. Dang. There we go. There we go. There we go. Also, don't get too close. There we go. Alright, that's a problem taken care of. XE is already famous. That's the joke. I mean, it's not even famous, though. What is fame anymore? Fame is more, democratized, maybe? I don't know. It's different on the internet, you know? New poster for sale? I believe it is Kid A, right? Wait, where'd the poster be at? I think we went past it. That's... No, that's the wallpaper. Oh, he's guiding me. It's Kid A! Yes! Yes, we saw this the other day. You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for the Black Album. The easiest one possible. Many hours. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised. He wants you to buy things, says Alpen Glow Up. I know. I know, but we've got to get back to the brewery, right? Hero Gamer Live. Here are some cheers and bits. Thank you so much for those biddies. We've got Lizzie Best here for 44 months. Hoping I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you, Lizzie. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, I'm doing good today. Just enjoy it. It's so weird, like, at the moment, every day is just, like, slow and easy, and just, like, I'm not recording or doing any creative stuff, I'm just doing jobs, and, yeah, it feels weird. Rockets chat is trying to tell me something. Thank you. There we go. I'm on top of it. You'll need to rewrite the redstone when stackable potions arrive. Yeah, that's quite possible, isn't it? That could break everything. Have I seen the not button? I have not seen the not button. Black Album isn't actually black, says Enderdan. Yeah, I know. In the corner there's the logo and the snake. Like, it's not fully black, it's mostly black. But that would be super easy, right? Just pretty much need 2, maybe 3 colours to do it. Or shades. Anyway. So, before we distracted ourselves, we were working on this. Moving it back. So we need a chest up here. I'm going to break that and pick up the... yep, like that. And now I'm down here. So there'll be that there. This one's got to go next. So we need to put all of this into something. So many golden carrots. So many golden carrots. I want to see System of a Down's Toxicity album, says Baconator. That'd be an interesting one. I was listening to a Rammstein song, and it really sounded like Aerials, the bass line in it. This is earlier today, so I looked it up, and it's like it's from the new Rammstein album. I was like, oh, okay. Like every now and then you hear a song, and you're like, oh, does this sound like that? Like people on the internet share these videos on YouTube of like these songs that sound suspiciously like Enter Sandman that were written before Metallica wrote theirs, but I don't know, it's a bit of conjecture really. Oh, is that it? And then it's aha, in line. Sweet. So now we've got to build that thing upwards. There's another thought. I might want to add some sort of scaffolding, I guess, somewhere here that you can get upwards to the top, but probably only for this one, right? The rest of them are pretty reasonable. I think I want to make them so they all go up at least to a certain height. And if we look at how underused this one is, this is turtle helmets. That one will probably need that space, so I'm going to leave. Yeah, let's leave it alone. I'm getting distracted. Let's finish the all these decisions to be made. I'm distracting myself. Oh good God, so many things. Right, here we go. So we need the carrots. Bam, we've got the carrots. Ah, they need to go in here, don't they? A Sabaton cover would look nice, says Mida Quesh. Do you know what would look nice? An album that I don't like. No one's going to suggest an album they don't like, right? You know, let's get the Spice Girls on Hermitcraft. Come on now. It's a classic. What are you on about? Oh, do you know what I've been watching? I've been watching The Office. The Office is on Netflix. And I've seen that show so many times. Like every episode. Except for some of the last season bits. But dang, man, I can't help myself. I'm like, oh, I'll just watch one episode. And then it's like, oh, now I'm watching season 3. Oh, now season 3's finished. US or UK version? The US one. I love both. Like, they're both incredible. But, man, the American one is just... it's a beautiful thing, you know. You know, it's because it better serialized it and turned it into like, you know, a running show, whereas the original is like its own contained thing that's just absolutely genius for like 2 seasons, and you know, the American one has its episodes that drag feet a little bit, you know, because there's so much of it. That's gonna happen when you produce something on that scale, but dang, it's so funny and it's that good. They can really like stretch it out. Now it's on Peacock, says Mike. Yeah, and they released some behind-the-scenes stuff, like deleted scenes even. This like whole Matrix thing with Dwight was just brilliant, and it's like, how did they like not leave this one in of all the things to leave out? I saw they were sharing that, but it's also, you know, it's on Netflix, and if anyone's never seen it, man, just give it a go. The first season of The Office is just skip it, don't watch it. They way too rigidly try and make it like the English one, and it doesn't work. And then in the second season, they start to just go in their own direction, and that's when like the magic starts to happen. Why so many golden carrots? Well, I've just got that many. I initially overmade what I needed, and then Corrales gave me some, and then Corrales gave me some more, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to run out of golden carrots. I kind of wish I'd spent some of this gold on trading with the piglins, right? And get more quartz and stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. One of the things we're going to have to do this stream as well is put more shulker boxes into the system. Definitely got to do that. So it wants like a teeny tiny bit more. Is there somewhere I missed? Is there some wiggle room? Or I can just quickly top it all. Oh, there you go. There's my wiggle room. That's what I'm looking for. So all of these should be empty now. Cool. And then that one. And that, my friends, is the top walkway. Functional for the moment. All the redstone for the lamps is hooked up. So it's a case of like, where do I want to go next? When I'm working on this thing, where do I need to go? I tend to need to go down to this level, but generally to hop around and look at what's going on down here. And that, my friends, that is our corridor right here. We need to turn this into a walkway, I believe. It allows me to kind of get up to here, shimmy around, check out what's going on. Is there something wrong here? And it's like too wide. I don't think there's going to be a better spot than that. So in here we have our slabs, which we need access to. I could possibly put it here. Yeah, no, let's put it at that height. I was going to put it one lower. Let's put it there. That makes more sense at that height. Then we can walk across from one thing to the next. Excellent. That, I think, was a good move. And where do? Oh God! Oh jeez! I'm just trying to place some blocks. What's going on? Where are my rockets? Where are my rockets? Did y'all like the musical additions to this thing? I thought it was great. Cubfan came over here right as I was finishing it up and enjoying the musicalness. Right, I see where it went. It's not where I wanted it to go. So we're taking it back. So each and every time we just got this nice little repetition of placing blocks. I could make it 3 wide so you move into this space, but you don't really need that. So we ain't going to bother with that. Then at the end here, I think I'll be wise just to go with no more than that, and I can easily like hop on and hop off. And that's it. I just need ways to walk at the various levels to go and inspect the redstone and figure out what's what, you know. Okay, this is blatantly going to be easier building it from the other direction. Woo! There's my landing spot. I like the face cam, says Rayop. Yeah. Not quite, but it in the spirit of. Right, we've got noises in the ear from Oh Yeah Gamer for 3 months. Jfish2255 with the primes. Smola Dax here for 48 months. Appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for 4 years. Yes, 4 years. Dang. Getting close to that Evil X. Approaching it, you know. Right, and then if I want to go into this space, kind of got that going on there. I think I want a way to walk down onto the track, right? Which this actually doesn't give me a way to get to the track. Not sure where we're going to put that, but let's get this built for now. The Adam says we want to see your face. We? Who's we? Peeps? Surely not all of you want to see my face. I'm pretty sure some of you don't. You're like, X, I don't want to see your ugly mug. Don't put that on the screen. Come on now. I came here because there wasn't a face on the screen. I don't, says Dumio Lag. Well, there you go. So clearly we can't agree, so we won't do anything, you know. If we can't have a consensus about a face reveal, then why bother? You know, why bother? Look, some people don't even care. They're apathetic to the whole situation. Who is this person claiming they know what everyone wants? Jeez, some people. Maria is here for 8 months saying, hello, nice to see your streams. What made you become a VTuber? I don't call myself a VTuber. I just got this avatar made. You know, I found it through the VTubing community, right? But it's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be like, I'm a VTuber now. It's just like, I think this could be cool. Let's see where we can go with this. It's, I don't think, you know, some people really like it. And reading some of the criticism of it and thinking about how I feel about it, I think like it probably isn't the best environment for it just to be slapped onto a stream. But it should be a part of the stream. Maybe like a breakaway screen. And I don't know. I feel like there's a place for it. And it'll take me a while to figure out where that is. Most likely on the Xisuma Says channel, but I've had a change of heart recently with some of that stuff, so... You know, maybe I'm not going to use it quite the way I thought I would. Okay, so sometimes you get that little, like, bob up and down, which can be annoying, but, you know, we get to where we want to go. I could build out little walkways here to take me to this bit. Which I'll want to walk... You know, the walkway's already here in a way, isn't it? But I do want to put a composter there. So we need our composters now, which are somewhere. That's probably going to need... Is that... That can't be it. I must have some more somewhere. That can't be me using all of them already. Okay, so we go here and here. Composter there. And it's tempting to make this too wide again, but I don't know if I'm going to need to get to anything down there. So, and it kind of divides up the... It's like right down the middle. So I think we'll add that each and every time. Now we have a way to get here. And we're going to put composters along all of these hoppers. You crafted a bazillion. I think I crafted 7 stacks, which is nowhere near a bazillion, but it was a lot. Shizuku 3158 is here for 31 months. Incredible. First resub in 12021. Ah, you're part of that camp. Probably the only palindromic year we'll be experiencing in our lifespans. Hope the world can get better this year. Yeah, things will get better. Progress over the last couple hundred years has been an upwards trend. It's not a straight line, it's a bumpy one. But I believe we'll get through this. And what I'm really hoping is that the whole situation reshapes how we handle healthcare and how we think of the various situations we are most likely to encounter in the future. I mean, a lot of people have been sounding the alarm on a pandemic like this happening for some time. And I know because I like watching documentaries and educational videos on YouTube, and when this whole stuff happened, I was like, oh, the R number, oh, you know, all these different metrics that they're talking about, infection rate, death rate, like all of this stuff, like, I knew what it was because I'd learned about it and people warning about this stuff happening. And, you know, it's kind of miraculous that this hasn't happened, like, before. And it's really likely it will happen again, and I just hope we can make changes and the, you know, the world, the system, if you like, air quotes, can respond and react and change. And, you know, it could make some better systems for the future, right? Like, a lot of people like to point out that you have a war and then all this incredible technology comes out of it, which I think is no reason to have a war. But you know, maybe good things can come out of this bad situation. Maybe things like vaccinations will figure out how to do them quicker, or be able to get them to people quicker, right? This has happened before, lol, but we actually planned for it instead of this nonsense. This is 10 out of 10. Well, I don't know what you're referring to that we've planned for. I mean, we have had pandemics, yes. Speaking more so in recent memory, or at least in my lifetime, right? Well, yeah, people are pointing out SARS and M1H1. Those were epidemics, not pandemics. But correct me if I'm wrong. And, you know, they were the warning signs in a way. They were some of the things that people have been sounding the alarms for. Those things got controlled or, you know, ended in one way or another, dissipated before it became global. SARS was smaller, mostly in China, says Dinospark, yeah. And for whatever reasons, I don't know, just sort of half speculating, but like, it didn't go global, right? So, that in some ways is fortunate, but this is the thing that people have been warning of. Society is kind of perfect for something like this to spread globally and affect the whole globe. I'm just hoping that we learn to deal with these things better. And there's a history of that, there's a pattern of that, you know? Time and technology improves things. Would you say I want the fire brigade service from the 1800s, the 1900s, the 1950s, or the 2000s? You'd want the newest one, right? Like, time goes by, there's more data, there's more learning, new technologies, we get better at things. Safety and security generally trend upwards. And, you know, we have been responding to all sorts of disasters, man-made, natural, things like fires and healthcare, and it's been getting better over time. 1620, 1720, 1820, 1920, all of these were as a major outbreak, says Bubble Water. Was it really that as close as those years, right? Because the 1920 was the end of the World War I, so it's more like 1918, but again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure the Spanish flu, as it were called, the reason it's called the Spanish flu is because they were willing to share information about it, whereas other governments weren't. They were being quiet about everything that was happening. Didn't want to alarm or scare people. Ad blocker, says JK Rock. Yeah, I did say we'd talk about that, right? Right, now with this walkway, we've created a means to get in and amongst all of the redstone. I can jump and get to the various different points that I need to access. I think what we'll do now is put in our composters at this level and then find a way to connect everything together. And let's get over here. Into that space they go. While we're on this topic though, before we talk about ad blocker and all of that, I watched 2 movies recently. One called Outbreak, guess what it's about, and the other one was called Contagion. And the Contagion one was really quite enjoyable, but what I thought was interesting is that a lot of the technical terms in that movie that you might sort of think of like technobabble, like whenever there's like a hacker character in a show and it's like they're talking about all these computery things, and sometimes that stuff can be genuine and sometimes it can just be a bunch of clever sounding stuff, right? When you watch this movie now, all the language in it, you're like, this is the language. They made this movie with all the right terminology. Same for the Outbreak one, although it's a little less involved. The Contagion one really goes kind of all the way in on the use of language about this stuff. So whereas you might have watched it and just seen it as entertainment, like now you watch it and you relate it to what's going on and understand where things about it are accurate or maybe inaccurate. I found that experience interesting. I thought if I'd have watched this movie back when it came out in 2014, my feelings about it would probably be entirely different. And, you know, that movie had a lot of doom and gloom to it as well, right? Like, you know, we've had people run on the stores and buy up stock in this outbreak, but in that one it's like full on. People fight each other for food, there's rioting, and it makes you worried, you know, it makes you a bit worried about when these things happen in society, right? But I can't remember where I heard this. I watched so many of those edutainment videos about science and studies and all of this. So supposedly, as I remember it, bit of water there. There is this betrayal in movies where people run around, push each other over, screaming and shoving, looking out for their own interests. So a group of people decided, let's find out how accurate that is, because that's the way it's portrayed over and over again in these movies. And they went and looked for real life examples of situations like that and how people reacted to it. And what they discovered is that people are actually really civil and work together and are well behaved in those sort of situations and don't default to the sort of me first running around fighting each other as it's portrayed in movies. How accurate that is, you know, I kind of took whoever was presenting that video, I kind of took their take on the study as being, you know, reasonable. Maybe you could dispute some of the things they say or find about it, but either way, I thought that was interesting because I always think, man, like I wouldn't want to be part of this. Like if there were people, if I was in a store and people were rushing for food and pushing each other over, I'd be trying to help people back up. You know, like I couldn't live with that. I couldn't live with just shoving people out of the way so you can eat or whatever. I mean, I get the point that a hungry belly makes things different to some extent, but I just think we understand that in society it benefits all of us to exist cooperatively, because that's how so many things get done. So you know, I kind of believe, nah, surely people aren't going to behave like that, and this thing would back that up, I guess. Right, should we work on the landing bay? Maybe in a minute. I know what I want to do with the landing bay. We've got to do stuff like put item frames over here. I think what we want is a way down to that walkway from up here. And I don't want to end up with like a one wide slab thing to get down there. So if we made something 3 wide that sort of steadily stepped down, and then maybe you hop around here. I don't really see where to connect it up. I could just connect it up at either end, although this is going to block off. The other one's a bit more open. So if I want to get to a different bit, I want a way to walk there. It doesn't look like we're... Oh, do you know what? We could use scaffolding. So if I can put scaffolding on top of the composter here, oh, that's going to be great. That's going to be the one, the solution. That's why we like waffle and wonder. We waffle and wonder, and then eventually an idea pops into the head. Let's try scaffolding to get up and down. That's, you know, it's slow, but dang, it doesn't need to be fast here. Can't put it on top of that. So maybe we'll take this out and put something else on top of it. Ad blocker, says the lame one. Some of y'all really want some ad blocker talk, don't you? Go on, tell me. It's what you want to hear. You've been waiting all day for that ad blocker talk, right? Tell me how much. The one thing you want to hear about in life right now is that ad blocker talk. The Squirty Squid says, the issue is seeing people rioting for toilet paper or food in the news is that they never report on the majority of people being calm. Exactly, exactly. The propensity, the draw to negativity is very strong. Uh-oh. I don't think that broke it. It would break one that was in progress, but not one that isn't. Okay. Okay, I think we got lucky there. So I can put it on top of that. No! So I've got to put it on top of a full block, which we'll just make out of this. So to get up and down, we can go over here. Look at where it is, though. So when we get those other lamps that aren't in line with one, you know, we don't have to have it every single time, but dang. So that's how I get up and down, right? And like I said, we don't have to have it every one. So maybe we make it every other. Like that one. This one here. That one there. Then we got problems. If I get hung up on neatness here, it's just going to be like a nightmare. So I think I'm just going to put a few in. Oh, I picked it up before it went over there. Sweet. And with that I think that would have broken something here. Alright, yeah, okay. Yeah, look at that. Ha. This has happened again. No, wait, potion a week. Okay, and then I think it will... What's going on here, actually? Is it blocked from below? Don't know. Don't know what went wrong. We'll hang around here for a minute while we do this. Oh! Oh, I didn't even notice. We can't have this here then. Don't go in the hopper. Jeez, that was lucky. Yep. Yep, all good. All good again. Okay. Composter. Right, we've got noises in the ear from Prutzend Prutzda. Gifting a sub to a Stellian. Mailin. I don't know why my brain slowed down when saying that. I've read that name a million times. Thank you ever so much for gifting the sub. Stellian, thank you for 33 months here on the Twitch. Appreciate all you do. We got Ozarka 78 here for 40 months. Father of Apocalypse here for 27. And JB8521 here with the Prime. Appreciate your support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Okay, so we're not going to add these at this end, it would seem. So that's fine. In theory, I could maybe... If that's... Oh, sorry. I could put it closer, like, I could put it here. In fact, I might go change the one behind now that I've seen that. Wait a minute. Doesn't lead anywhere. Well, it'll come out to here. So that's the way to get down to this level. So we're not going to put one there, nor here, nor there, nor anywhere. That one. This is the next one. Ready? Oh, did it break anything? No, because it's fine. Good stuff. Take that back. Alright, ad blockers. So I don't have a problem with someone using an ad blocker if you've got a reason to use it. Common thing I see people say is that it like slows down their system or something. So I guess if you're using like an old potato of a computer, then yeah, maybe that's a helpful thing to have. But ads can be annoying on the internet. You know, they can be unreasonably placed and a bit overbearing. But of course, ads do also support the economy of the internet. They keep things up and running. If we take away ads from the internet, a lot of websites will disappear. Like, that is the income model for a lot of things that exist online. So you take it away from YouTube, people like myself can't do what we do, right? You take it away from Twitch, etc, etc. One thing some people like to do is have an ad blocker and then decide who they're gonna, you know, give their money to through Patreon or something like that, right? Or supporting a site directly. Which is, you know, kind of alright, but like, it's a tricky thing really, what to say is wrong or right about it. But, you know, I don't really have too much of a problem, right? Like, there's enough people that leave the ads on that it doesn't cause major headaches, I guess. At least not for me, maybe for other people it does. The annoyance of ad raises with the amount of content you consume, says Maurice. Yeah, well, on YouTube, one thing I'd recommend getting is YouTube Premium. I find it so strange how they've not managed to promote that more with content creators, because it's better for us when you use YouTube Premium. And I myself use it and really enjoy the ad-free experience. I think there's also like a lot of people kind of like that it's free and ads support it, but you know, that's kind of like the charm of YouTube originally, is that it was all free, whereas now I feel like it's gotten, you know, far more mature than it once was, and using something like the premium model is pretty good if you ask me. I think what I'm going to do is just, I don't know. Well, initially I saw myself like decorating this more and closing it in, but if you just look at the way the redstone is, we're going to kind of always be in and among the redstone. So I think if we just embrace that, then all's good. That's as much as we're going to do. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy with all of that. I think we need to put item frames and ingredients now on each of these lamps, and then this is done, and we can work on the bay, I think. I love YouTube Premium, so underrated, says Cerulean. Did I remember it? Probably not. Yeah, I agree, underrated. You also get additional content and stuff with it, which isn't really a selling point for me, but it's more like I'm happy enough with paying for this bit, but you also get those things, like the music service and that. I heard a story that they were putting ads on first aid videos, so to me that was something where ads should definitely not be ran, as people don't have time to watch an unskippable ad when they are assisting with someone that important. That is a Reddit story. I saw it on Reddit as well, and like, it's framed from the perspective of like someone's angrily tweeting going, YouTube's stupid because they put ads on first aid videos, you know. Like, I think we'll give them a pass because they obviously were in a situation where they were trying to help for someone they cared about, and that got in the way. But like, YouTube, like, as a primary source of healthcare is really weird, and it's kind of amazing how much help stuff has popped up on there that's useful. Like, whenever you want to do some like handiwork, or perhaps you've got like a bit of hardware you're setting up, or I don't know, even assembling like IKEA furniture, right? Like, you can find a tutorial on YouTube. So now some people go to YouTube for things like that. And I just think it's one of those things where, rather than act like YouTube is a moron, you know, like, open the discussion and say, hey, people now use your service for things like this. YouTube could maybe even embrace that idea and integrate it more. Maybe team up with medical officials and get some solid advice put together that would be good for people in emergencies, and maybe a quick way to access it from the YouTube app. You know, like put in some help tools, integrate it in a different way, but like that sort of firing off as if those shouldn't have them already. It's kind of like, well, you know, maybe they'd never thought of that. Maybe it never crossed their mind. I mean, when they made YouTube in the beginning, right? No one was like, this is going to be for first aid. So it's kind of, you know, a bit of a non-issue, I think. It would be better just to open a dialogue and be like, hey, I use your site for this. Don't you think it'd be good if we did that? Get the discussion going. Random Shanazers here with the Prime. We got Towagia here with cheers and bits. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hero Gamer Live is here with cheers and bits as well. Thank you ever so much for the lovely message. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Okay. So we want one of those, and then the blaze powder. Don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I'm saying the blaze powder. Right. That one, this one, that one. Now, on the lights... Okay, so it's different here. There's like a different rule for this one. That's kind of annoying. I'm probably going to relearn that every time I visit this place. It's going to be like, this needs attending to. Oh, wait, no, it's fine. It's fine. I think the issue is that so many people don't see YouTube as approachable with ideas. Same for big tech in general, says Mika Itcha. Well, that's because people tend to like shout out into the... What's the phrase? It's like Michael Scott on The Office, where he goes, "I declare bankruptcy." You know, like, I get tweets sometimes. How can I contact you? It's like, you're contacting me now. You know, like you're actually doing it. You sent me a tweet. You've contacted me. Like, they have lines of communication, but people aren't willing to, I think, act as if they're going to get a reply. And to be fair, when you do use their lines of communication, it's not a guarantee that you will get a reply. But that, you know, you got to think of it from their perspective. There's gazillions of people trying to tell them what they should or shouldn't do, so it's tricky. But you know, YouTube have massively stepped up their game over the years with communication to content creators, to the point where you can get a message to them. Again, it's, you know, not always easy, it's not always a guarantee, but you've certainly got places to figure this stuff out. And, you know, people don't do that, do they? They go to Reddit and moan instead of being a bit more proactive. Geez, so much pufferfish. Yeah, well, we need it, right? We need all of this stuff for our various projects. This is definitely helpful. Whenever a lamp's on, I can run along, have a look. This one will never get used, though. Never get used. Yeah, there we go. What do you feel about the COVID vaccine, says XMao14. I can't wait to get mine, to be fair. I was hesitant at first, but I've reassessed my thinking on all of that. And, you know, I pretty much believe in the science and the process. It's just natural to be a bit hesitant with something, right? A couple of the things that really turned me recently was... it's in this movie, Contagion, that I watched, right? Like, the Contagion had so many interesting things in it that were parallel to... Like, obviously, when they were telling the story, they were trying to look at how it affects society in different ways. And so you have someone who's peddling misinformation and trying to profit off of it. By casting doubt on everything they're doing and chalking it up to conspiracy, right? And that's kind of parallel to what we have in this world. But the thing that really, like, summed it up for me recently, one of the doubts I had was like long-term side effects, and I think it was Dr. Fauci's his name, right, saying Well, you know, we have a history going back for many years now of vaccinations, and side effects generally turn up in the sort of 30 to 45 day window. And once you're past that, you don't generally get long-term side effects from vaccinations. Now, he was pretty strong in his wording. I don't know if that means for 99.9% of people, or, you know, like, the problem with talking about stuff like this is that language tends to be a little bit absolute, whereas things are never 100% one thing or the other in the world. They always got a bit of this and a bit of that. So, you know, maybe there has been like 1 or 2 people that develop long-term consequences from something like a vaccine, but the point is, for the majority of people, it's safe, and if there are going to be side effects, they will turn up in the first 30 to 45 days, tops. The other thing is that it's also like a social contract as well. By participating in vaccination, we all share the benefits of it. And so that's something that I want to believe in. I want to believe in participating in society in that way. And therefore, you know, I've gone from being a bit skeptical, a bit thinking like, well, you know, I don't have to get it straight away so I can think about it later, to now I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I'm on board with this. This is what we need. This is how we get out of this horrid situation. Okay, let's do that, and then we need like blocks behind. Let's just get some plain old stone for that bit. I will never get this vaccine, says Too Small's Angry Ogre. Well, that in itself is an interesting statement, because there are multiple vaccines. So, like, which one is it that you're rejecting, and for what reason? Because they're different from one another, although they can do the same thing. So we're going to skip that one there. Put one down the end here as well. Interesting thoughts about it being a societal commitment, says Crulian. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? I've heard things about us phrased that way quite a few times as social contracts. It's an interesting way to look at anything, really. That is not true. Have you seen all the commercials of meds causing terrible illness? Even... Oh, I can't see. I mean, like, medicines have had side effects, and vaccines that they've trialed have probably had side effects, right? But, you know, they've picked out the one that's safe, the one that has... Again, it's the language of absolutes that is the problem here. Yeah, probably some people will get headaches or something, right? Like, when we say something is safe, we say that, you know, car seat belts are safe, right? They're not 100% safe. They're over a line of efficacy where people have previously determined what are all the factors to put this in a place where we can go, okay, it's good at that, it's good at this is acceptable, and therefore we're going to call it safe, right? Like, there is a huge system of efficacy around vaccination. You know, all these, what they call it, like red tape, rules, regulations to make sure it's done right. And in doing all of that, not everything is 100%, but it's to a point where we call it ethical, if you like, or, you know, let's say we start again. Let's say we've never heard of vaccinations, and I go, I'm in my lab. Xisuma's in the lab, comes up with something, and I go, I've got it. This is it right here. Okay, this is going to help us all. But 1 out of 10 people that take my cure will get ill and feel horrible, right? Like, if you give everyone that information, maybe the thing we're trying to fight off is so bad that people are willing to take that 1 in 10, you know, risk or whatever, then they might take that risk, and it might cure a bunch of people. I feel like this is a very bad example, but like I'm trying to make you think. So, whatever actions we take, nothing is absolute. Can't be 100% right for everything. We're talking about immunization, biology, people's personal, what's the word? Health. No. People's personal immune systems. Like, there's so much complexity that anything we do will find someone that it doesn't work for on the planet. So therefore you have to draw a line of efficacy, I guess. And there are committees and there are organisations and people behind all of this stuff that do that. And we have to put faith in them, because like, that's a lot of what being in a society is about, right? Having faith in these things that just turn up and work, right? Like, the electricity's just on, right? You know, do you ever think about all the people behind keeping the lights on in your house? How there's going to be organisations and committees and companies all working. There's going to be regulations and standards. And in the past, maybe in the past, more people died from electricity-related incidents, right? Things that happened related to... Yeah, there tends to be the trend with anything, is that some new technology or something comes along, a bunch of people get hurt, and then we figure out how to do it better over time. Everything has a margin of error. It's drawing the line about where a margin of error becomes acceptable, and vaccination has drawn that line pretty well, I think, says Little Beefer. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But what's really important is educating people on that. I feel like when you dive into the skepticism and the conspiracy around this stuff, there's like an obvious lack of understanding of these sort of concepts. So it's why I empathize with some of the anti-vaxxer groups, is because yes, like 1 out of a million vaccinations may harm a child, and that is horrible. It's awful. We shouldn't sweep that under the rug, but it is also has been agreed upon that 1 out of a million to save all of the other suffering is what we have sort of agreed upon as a society is okay. It's not okay in a dismissal way to say, oh, that person's suffering doesn't matter, but do you get what I mean? Like, it's... someone's got to draw the line somewhere, and we've kind of agreed that we've got this system, an incredibly small amount of people will have an adverse reaction to it, but the amount of suffering it will remove from the world in total is what we want, essentially. And that's why I think this anti-vaxxing movement has grown so much, is because in the internet age, the people who are adversely affected to it are allowed to connect and find each other, and then all of a sudden they're in a group, a large group. You know, there's it's not just me, it's all these other people as well, but like geographically they'll be from all different parts of the world. And so when someone comes along to this anti-vax movements and sees all these people that have been adversely affected by it, it's easy to think that's it, because you don't see the overall sample size, right? You don't put it into context. And so all this doubt and skepticism around vaccinations has evolved without like a proper perspective or understanding of where it's at. Let's get some lights up in here. Herd immunity has basically been happening in UK with all the incompetence, big gravy. No, herd immunity hasn't been happening because it's still spreading, and it's spreading at an alarming rate. We have not achieved herd immunity, and if we do, it'll probably be through a vaccination. I've also heard it pointed out that no problem like this has ever been solved through herd immunity. People don't fully understand the concept of it. It has to spread through the entire population, and that would kill gazillions of people in the process. But not only that, when it spreads, it mutates, and it can mutate into a form that you can get again, or that's worse. You know, the science on this, the number modeling, the theories, the statistics, like it's been done, it's been crunched, it's been figured out. Like, if you take an approach of let's just let everyone get it, your health systems get overwhelmed because so many people get it, they get ill. That then adversely affects people who need regular treatment because everyone else is being treated for this other stuff. So it cripples your health system and causes death that way. And then by letting it spread, you let it mutate, it can get worse over and over again. Yeah. I heard herd immunity will only work if 75% of the population gets the vaccine, says Father Apocalypse. I heard quite a few numbers thrown around where the herd immunity number is reached. Sometimes 60, sometimes like I hear like 95%. It probably like depends on what you're talking about. Something that's perhaps not as easily transmissible needs a lower rate, perhaps. Something that's very transmissible probably needs a very high rate, right? And there's so many metrics, you know, that factor into a conversation around this stuff that it's like really hard to just chalk it down to like, here's the answer. I know, you know, like it's a big complex thing. And again, education is the answer, really. It's like the better educated you are about it, the better you understand the situation, and be less susceptible to these more conspiratorial ideas about whatever the suspicion or doubt is. And it's okay to have doubts. It's okay to be unsure and to worry, like, but the answer to it is to learn and not to get sucked into some crazy thinking that Bill Gates wants to put a chip in your arm or something, right? You know? America is winning, says Asfam. I read that and I was like, what? And then I'm like, oh, that's a very dark joke. I'm assuming that's a very dark joke right there. Right, somewhere in here I'm eventually going to put some of that classic yellow and black wall, but for now we're going to keep it like this, I think. We're going to keep it like this. Wait, Bill Gates will not put a chip in us, says Ender Dan? He won't? I was waiting for that Bill Gates chip. Again, talking about being educated, like, so like the stuff around Bill Gates, it's like there's like legitimate things he does that you could critique him on for. You don't have to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, but people do. People do. I want Bill Gates to personally put a chip in me, says Malorus Draco. You know, some people are for it. Some people want to get chipped. That's their right. I'm just looking at where we can potentially put the way up and down. I feel like this thing's going to need to be deep because you're going to fly in here and stop. So we're going to go a little bit further, and then I think our up and downs are going to be on the sides. We got noises in the ear. I've been waffling for ages here. What was the last one that I read? Trying to turn it into a song. No, this is just terrible. J4500, just tuned into the stream. I see you solved the face cam problem. Got my first Minecraft video up on YouTube last week and I loved making it. Your Hermitcraft videos are very inspiring. Dude, that is really great to hear, man. Congratulations on making a video and doing that. And if you enjoyed it, that is fantastic, because a lot of people look at YouTube and people being successful on it and sometimes miss the point that you've got to really love what you're doing first. Right, the success is nice. You can't act like, you know, that success hasn't influenced, changed, or made things different in any way, right? But you got to love the thing at the core of what you're doing. So if you enjoyed making your first video, that is great. That'll be the way to progress. You know, if you enjoy it, nothing can go wrong. We got Taz Tig here for 4 months. Thank you so much, Taz Tig. You Tootsie 21 here for 7 months. 2 months to Xisuma, baby. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. We got Rebecca 11 gifting a sub to Bola Rosa. Thank you for gifting that sub. We got Spriggan the Dryad here, with Cheers and Bits saying herd immunity is all dependent on the pathogen. Terminology, pathogen. Which one is that? That is the thing itself, right? Like COVID-19 is. I don't know. You know that. Like, I hear that term used all the time. It hasn't solidified in my head what specifically is the pathogen. But yeah, it probably depends on a whole bunch of factors, right? Like, it also depends on how societies are set up. For example, in Asian cultures where they've had to deal with some of this stuff recently, they've got better systems in place for dealing with all of this, and they got track and trace. People wear masks anyway, and so in some places in the world, I believe New Zealand is one a lot of people are looking at. and going, look at how well they've done this. You know, they managed to deal with this, and you know, societies are set up differently from one another, different societal norms around you know, distance from one another, what do you call it, social courtesies, things like that. Then there's things like infrastructure that affect it as well, you know, and all these things factor in. There's so many factors in what's happening in the world, it's crazy. Fruity Fish says, I'd say America is doing really well right now. Well, you know, like, I'm guessing it's a joke or it's sarcasm. Things can always be worse, but unless you've got like a lot of clear initiative to do something, then I think, personally, like, looking at America's situation, I often find rather heartbreaking. Same for any country that's got alarming numbers. Not just because there's a large population, because you can see, you know, the ratio of numbers isn't right as well. And I think UK has got, like, over here in the UK, I'm pretty sure we might be the biggest losers, because I was looking at some numbers the other day, and I don't know how you factor it up and how you decide what's what, but just a very rough initial ratio. When you look at it, you're like, okay, this many people and that many people have got it, and it's spreading this fast. I think our ratio is worse than America's, but that's just a ratio. When you apply it to different numbers, they look different, right? But if you devise some sort of system to say this is the worst metric, right? You know, the way I was looking at it the other day, we're doing really bad over here. And initially, and I still am, all for you doing whatever Boris says, working together, but man, I am pretty darn critical of everything that's happened. Number one Hermitcraft then says, Chav's spreading it, making people who follow the rules suffer. I wouldn't chalk it up to like a group of people and just go, it's Chav's. I don't think that's fair, but obviously people that don't go along with the rules make it harder for themselves and for everyone, really. It's heartbreaking. In my part of the USA, our numbers are going down, but only after we had a large outbreak. It seems to be going in spurts all over the country. Yeah, and you know, when it spreads that fast and that wide, like, the possibility for mutations goes up, which is dangerous as well. What do you think about the school closures, says JW? Yeah, I think there should have been more preemptive action over here, okay? So, you know, very speculative, just saying what I would have done if I were in charge, right? And focusing on one simple issue. There's many issues, okay? I really did feel like people kept saying it. It seemed obvious that the schools were a big part of spreading it. And obviously it's important for people to get their education, especially young people who need socializing and need to be in an environment like that. And we all can appreciate that and be on board with it. But it seemed like there would be a lot of benefit to come from being preemptive and saying, like, let's reduce the amount of kids in schools, let's work on getting that R number down really low before we open up the schools. And this was back in like you know, September, November. You could kind of see everything was steadily rising and something needed to change, and nothing changed, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And the lockdown that we're in now felt like it came way too late. Like, it probably should have been there in December. Definitely should have been there like the day after Christmas. But I can't help but feel like the schools are locked down at the moment because it's an absolute necessity now. It could have been that we could have perhaps had some rotational system where, you know, the schools are half open half of the time, and, you know, really get the amount of contact down in brief periods to keep it under control. Whereas we've just gone, open all the schools, bring everyone in, and now that our number's gone through the roof. And I think you can prioritize certain groups, like, you know, 14, 15, 16, they're more socialized. I think it's hard to say, like, you take the hit or whatever, but I feel like it's less of a sacrifice than asking, you know, kids that are 5, 6, 7 in that crucial developing period to to skip school. So, you know, like there's a whole bunch of factors to consider. I just can't help but feel something should have been done before all of this. Because right now the situation is lock everything down and keep it locked down. And given the way our government's handled things, they're probably just going to open it all back up again. Right? Like, I can see it. It's like lockdown's over, open the schools, and then our number's just going to go boom, straight back up again. That's what I predict happening. We got Turduncan23 here with a donation saying, do you think that the current political climates in the US and UK, as well as other countries, are causing their downfalls with COVID, or is it more stubborn citizens in respective countries? I'm from the US and find myself not applying to the two-party system. Good on you for not falling into the two-party system. I do think it's a trap. I do think it's very polarizing. So many things are made about us versus them and slam dunking on people, you know, for being in this party or that party. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think that stuff is healthy. As for saying the downfall with COVID is more stubborn citizens. Hang on, wait. Okay, are the political climates causing their downfalls with COVID, or is it more stubborn citizens in respective countries? I feel like what you asked me to compare there, I can't help but feel that's the same thing. Like, I see the political situation as it currently is as basically probably amplifying everything. Because it has become politicized. So I wouldn't think of it so much as stubborn citizens, more so like leadership could make a difference, right? Like with a different type of leadership and organization of people, you can counteract those that don't want to go along with it a fair bit, I believe. So I think leadership is more of the thing than people being stubborn for whatever reason, right? I'm a Squid says, like, why did we make a global pandemic about politics? Mad, isn't it? You know, I don't know how it got to that situation. Seems absolutely mad that it would be about anything other than saving lives and healthcare, but that's what's happened. It's become politicized. And don't know what that means really. To me, this situation is about, you know, essentially nature, something that's happening, affecting us all. How are we going to work together to beat it? It's almost an opportunity to work together and to show our strength. Yet somehow it's, some people think it's fake. It's just please. Just thought the brewery would be perfect place for a secret base. There is a lot of space for secret base building, that's for sure. A lot of space. But maybe not as well, because I don't plan on putting up walls everywhere. I kind of like keeping it open, because I'll just go mad trying to make everything neat and orderly, and it won't be. I was looking for something in here. I could use a water bucket here. I was looking for that stuff, funny enough. Okay, let's hibbity hop down here. Hibbity. Oh yes, I dug that the other day. Okay, I'm like, what's that? 2 blocks, that's all I needed. Thank you. Just wanted, oh, and some glass actually, which got to make those sound effects. Do we have glass? I don't have anything I need for this build. Okay, I do have glass. That's good. It's definitely not bad. Also, is that cyan terracotta or the stuff? No, that's cyan terracotta right there. Okay, so glass. Bucket of water in here. Crafting bench, dyes. Do we got those? We got those. We got them dyes. We got a noise in here as well. It's Mother of Corgis here for 12 months. Thank you, Mother of Corgis. Appreciate it. Hope you're entertained, enjoying the stream, having a good time, all that good stuff. And up there we go. How do we get up there though? Probably with this. It's politicised because quarantine affects businesses in a major way. Business lobbyists are pressuring politicians to open things up so they can keep the dollars flowing. Yeah, that's actually probably a pretty fair guess at where the root of the politicisation is. Yeah, and there's definitely something to be said about how the economy, you know, is a part of livelihood and keeping people alive as well. Can't deny that, really. If I wanted to, I could... Dang it! I went this whole stream without a single derp. Oh, also, look at the avatar. Look at the avatar. Look at those eyes. Did you miss it? Do you want me to do it again? All I've got to do is type derp and it should do it. Oh, that was great. That was great, wasn't it? And now we're filling all of this. Actually, I think what I might do for the ceiling is put in that yellow and black wall up there. Which I've probably got down in the other place. That actually kind of lines up really nicely with that. And what I realised is that over on this side, it should line up again, except... I guess what you'll do is you'll come down here, and you won't go that way. You'll go out and around and then down over here, yeah. So work to be done. What was I saying I got? Wall? Have I got wall? We should have wall. I have usually got a chest for wall in here. And it's not actually there, which makes me wonder, where on earth is it? Okay, I'm declaring my inventory an absolute mess. Let's tidy it up a bit. Yeah, I've lost my wall chest. I've gone and put that somewhere and I don't know where. Me no what where wahoozle. It's a doozle. I don't know, I'm just saying random stuff now. We got Scrappy Pro here with the Prime as well. Thank you so much, Scrappy Pro. Appreciate it. Look at this, we've got all this junk here as well. X, what about only quarantining people above a certain age? The death rate is quite low for some people. Says Sugarwall. Yeah, so there is a lot of that kind of like, well, it doesn't affect young people. The problem is, if we let it spread among young people, it will make it more prominent, more out there, still elevates the risk for people in quarantine, people more susceptible to it, increases the likelihood of it mutating as well. It really is about slowing it down as much as you can, you know? So those are, you know, some reasons why. The other thing is we don't know what the long-term consequences of getting it are, if there are any. This is a new thing, that's why it's called novel, right? The novel coronavirus. We've not seen it before. So you might be young, fit and healthy, and you know, you've heard these horror stories of people having trouble recovering and whatnot. They are anecdotal, they're certainly not one on their own. It does seem to be that a certain population of people otherwise healthy and young struggle to get back on their feet after this, and no one wants that. That's another reason to slow the spread of it, is to realise that, hey, I might get it, I'm young, fit and healthy and fine, and I'll be okay, but then by me having it, I'm probably going to end up passing it on to someone else, and they might be young, fit and healthy, but, you know, the more it gets passed around, it's going to hit someone who's going to have that adverse reaction, and things aren't going to be so great. So that's the reason we try and minimise the spread as much as possible. Okay, I think I've tidied up best I can here. And I can't forget what's the thing we're going to go grab for what we're working on up top. I've already forgotten, haven't I? Wood goes over here, redstone up there, work blocks. Yeah, so I definitely like put the wall. Oh, that was it. I was going to get wall. Great, my brain somehow got there. Actually, let's go out this way this time. Oh, there's one more thing. Forgot to put it away. Okay. That's the weight. Oh yeah, and I wanted to do this. Like, that's going to be real easy to stroll into. In fact, this might almost be maybe a tiny bit too big, but I think that'll work. And from a distance, it probably needs something around the front so it doesn't look. Yeah, it doesn't look so great now that it's all opened up from out here, but we'll figure it out. The Sevenator says, my body, my choice only works as long as your body doesn't affect others negatively. Yeah, I really think it's important as people that we pay attention to our own ignorances, our own shortcomings. Try not to think of our own lines of reasoning as being like so absolute and whatnot, because my body, my choice sounds great, but there are times when buying into social contracts with society benefit us all, and freedom itself is a very arbitrary thing, right? Like in America you have freedom of speech, but you're not allowed to shout fire in a crowded room, right? Like there are some sort of limits on free speech, and there are questions to be had around it, and it's all tricky and difficult, but sometimes I think you need to see the societal goods of buying into something that perhaps goes against an initial principle. I don't know where that wall one is, by the way, now I think about it. Like, it's a white shulker box? Where? Oh, wait, it's starting to pop into my head. I can picture myself pulling... Where have I been doing stuff lately? I can picture myself pulling the wall out of the shulker box for something. Now, I had some shulker boxes over here in the desert, but I'm pretty sure I picked those up. I don't think it goes as far back as working on this perfectly symmetrical in all directions building. But I do have a vague memory of recently... Oh, maybe it was in the shopping district. Maybe it was okay, so let's go to the shopping district, because I'm pretty sure we would have used wall last stream, right? At one point or another. In the redstone of the brewery, says Big Gravy. I didn't do that today, did I? Right, I didn't leave it there today or anything. I don't recall doing that. The search begins, says Triggs. Yeah, it begins. Freedom ends where someone else's freedom begins. You have freedom, but you can't steal or murder, says Xion. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at, right? And so, you know, I understand people who want to defend freedom or think it's all about being free, but again, it's the idea of like absolution, this absolute thing, that everything always has these fuzzy greys around it. If we embrace that more, I feel like more of us can see why things aren't actually absolutely free. You know, you're not free to murder. And looking at things from that perspective could be helpful. Is this me? This is not me. But I was here, in this area, is what I'm thinking. Also, the phantoms are going to come get me, aren't they? I'll go to bed. Oh, there they are. Yeah, do you know what? I got a weird feeling I ain't going to find it. But we put down the shulker box over here to work with a path and then put things back in. Then we went over to the other side and did the same thing again. And then we hopped over into the redstone area. Redstone? The red sand area, where I don't really recall doing too much. I feel like I'm going to see something that might jog my memory, but probably not. We probably put down some shulker boxes around here. By the way, I've changed my mind on what to do here. I'm not going to do the spruce wood thing. I'm going to do something way better than that. That's going to integrate way better. You know, if you try and do something on stream, sometimes you get a good idea, but if you give yourself lots of time, the best idea usually takes a bit of time for it to arrive. Now, we had our shulker boxes sort of down in this area when we were working on the sand, but higher up I go, those are going to disappear. I don't really recall. It is now a mystery, I guess. If you happen to be watching my old streams and doing a bit of catch up, and you see where it is, let me know. The Alien Eiley Jeez, I butchered that name. Thank you ever so much for subscribing with the Prime. Appreciate it. Peeps, be sure to hit the follow button here on Twitch if you enjoyed today's stream. I'm probably going to be back on Friday. That's when I'm planning on doing the next stream as it goes. So this is the end of this one. We're going to go look for a raid to do today. Let's go raid a random Minecraft channel today. I think that's what we'll do. Okay, going for under 100 viewers. I'm looking through the list. So yes, massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your stream. Appreciate your support. Thank you to all my patrons. Right, I found a channel with under 100 viewers to raid. Let's click the raid button. Okay, I'm setting it up. Again, no idea where I'm sending you, but just supporting someone at random. So, alright, you can hit the raid button now. That is it. Thank you ever so much. See you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.